Hey guys, how's everybody? Hope you had a good weekend. We're going to start with our next chapter. We're up to 21 now, I think it is. And that is solving equations by factoring. Now, the way we're going to start this is to first do a little review of FOIL, which isn't exactly what we're going to learn today, but it relates to it. So watch over here. We have two quantities multiplied together, two binomials, x plus 4 times the quantity x plus 5. And what I would do first is go x times x for x squared. Okay, so that's my f. And then I would go outside x times 5 to get 5x. We good so far? Then we would go inside, that's my I. This down here was the O, by the way. 4 times x is 4x. And then last but not least, our L would be 5 times 4 to give us 20. Now we're going to look to, from these four terms that we ended up with from our four products, we're going to look to combine like terms. So there's nothing else there but x squared. 5x and 4x gives us 9x, and then the 20 stands alone as well as our constant. So FOIL tells us to take these two binomials, those two quantities, and multiply them together in four ways to come up with this trinomial. Okay, now we're taking x squared plus 9x plus 20, and we're going to factor that. So here we go. First, what represents x squared? Well, it's x times x, right? And then Owen's going to show us what the factors are for 20. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is what signs are going to go into each of these quantities here and here. And we can see that we have a plus 20. So anytime the third term is a plus, we know that both of these signs are going to be the same. They're either both going to be minus or they're both going to be plus. Now, how do we know which one it is? Well, Owen's going to show us by putting pluses in, that in this case it's plus. And the reason that it's plus is because the middle term, which is 9x, is positive. Okay, now to fill the two spaces that we have blank, we're going to look to this list of factors here, which represents the number 20. 1 times 20 is 20, 2 times 10 is 20, and 4 times 5 is 20. So Owen's going to fill in the two factors, which in this case, when added together, would equal 9. And there you go. So to take this trinomial and factor this, we would end up with x plus 4 quantity times the quantity x plus 5, and that would give us, when unfolded and taken back to a trinomial, x squared plus 9x plus 20. So these two are the same, but we'll see as we go along the reason that we have to take the trinomial and make it into two separate quantities. And this again is called solving equations by factoring. Okay, so the equation that we're going to be working with next is x squared plus 8x plus 16. So you want to mark that down. All right, so first Owen puts the two quantities down and puts an x in the front of both. All right, hold on a second. Now, he made both signs positive. Again, that's what we're working with right now, because this was positive. So we know that both of these signs have to be the same. They're either both going to be negative or both going to be positive. So in this case, we refer back to the middle term, which has a plus, and that means both of these are plus. Now he's going to make the list of factors that go with 16. 1 times 16 is 16. 2 times 8 is 16. And 4 times 4 is 16. But which one of those two, when added together, which one of those three actually, when added together, equal 8? And he is correct. He's got x plus 4 times x plus 4. All right. All right, now this one's a little bit different. Okay, we're still just doing factoring, but we put an equal sign in, and we're going to refer back to the zeros that we worked on the other day. But anyway, now we have a trinomial, but the minus 54 is on the right. So let's see how he solves this one. It's going to add 54 to both sides of the equation and rewrite the equation to be x squared plus 15x plus 54 equals 0. So now on the left side, he's going to put his two quantities and a plus. Again, this is plus, so both signs will be the same. That tells me to make them both positive. All right, now he's got to put factors of 54 over on the right. He's forgetting 1. 3 and 18 also.
It's irrelevant.
Okay, so here were our 4 factors. Kind of a convoluted mess. 6 times 9 is 54. 1 times 54, obviously. 2 times 27. And 3 times 18. All right? So you really need to know your times tables in order to do this effectively. All right, so which pair of factors here of these 4 when added together equals 15? Well, of course, it's going to be 6 and 9. X plus 6, that quantity times the quantity x plus 9. And that's equal to 0. Okay, now if we actually wanted to solve for x, this goes back to last week's little thing on zeros that we did on, I guess it was Thursday. And you could see he's made both of these quantities, he set them equal to 0, because when we multiply a 0 times anything, ultimately we're going to end up with 0. So if this is 0 or this is 0, it doesn't matter what the other one is, the whole thing is going to be 0. So first he starts with x plus 6, subtract 6 from both sides, x equals negative 6. And then subtracting 9 from both sides, x equals negative 9. And our 2 answers for this, that set of answers is negative 6 and negative 9. Okay, so that gets us started with factoring. That's all I'm going to cover today, and I'm going to include an assignment with this. So watch the video first and then do the assignment. I'm not sure exactly at this point. I have to go upstairs and come up with problems for you guys. Excuse me, what format it'll be in, but I'll send that along second. So you have a great day, and if you have an issue, anytime before 1:30, guys, email me, send me a Gmail, do the school email, whatever it is, and I'll answer your questions. If you need me to Zoom a call because you'd rather do a face-to-face thing, let me know. I'd be glad to do it with you. All right, you guys, good luck with those problems.